Members, this is the panel on Home Affairs. Please do not go to the wrong venue. Now we should elect the chairman. First, I'd like to read out a reminder to you. According to ROP 77(6), if the member is the chairman or vice chairman of a government advisory committee, the jurisdiction of which is related to the business of this panel, he cannot become the chairman or vice chairman of this panel. According to ROP 77(7), every member cannot be the chairman or vice chairman of more than one panel at any one time. Since 2 nominees have been nominated as chairman of the security panel and the election procedure has not been completed, and also at the education panel just now, a few members have been nominated chairman, but the election procedure has not been completed. Members, please remember this kind of uncertainty before making nominations for chairmanship. Now, the floor is open for nominations. A member has to make the nomination orally for another member to second it, and the member nominated should accept nomination before the nomination is valid. Mr. Ronick Chan. I nominate Mr. Ma Fung Kwok. Any seconder? Ms. Alice Mack seconds. Mr. Ma Fung Kwok, do you accept nomination? I do. It is a valid nomination. Any other nominations? Ms. Tanya Chan. I nominate Mr. Alvin Yeung. Any seconder? Mr. Kenneth Leung seconds. Mr. Alvin Yeung, do you accept nomination? I do. It is a valid nomination. Any other nominations? If not, we will conduct the anonymous ballot. Election papers or ballot papers will be distributed. How many members do we have? 63. 63 members. Members, please note that Ma Fung Kwok is number 1, Alvin Yeung is number 2. Please use the chop. Just now someone used a pencil and I ruled it an invalid vote, so please use the chop. Members who have just come in, since we are already distributing ballot papers, you have come in, but if you do not have a ballot paper, please raise your hand until a ballot paper is distributed to you. Does anyone not have a ballot paper? Is anyone not having a ballot paper? Please go back to your seat and the ballot paper will be given to you.
I
will have to ask more times to avoid confusion. Does anyone member not have a ballot paper? Raise your hand, please. If everyone has a ballot paper, I will count 5. Have you got a ballot paper? Yes? Okay. I'll count 1 to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, no more ballot papers will be distributed. Please cast your vote now. Voting is closed and ballot papers will be collected. Please put the ballot paper yourself into the ballot box. Before you do so, please do not leave the room. Thank you.
秘書話俾我哋聽咧。
The clerk tells me that we have distributed 54 ballot papers.
嗱，一陣間咧我就會邀請咧。
I will invite the two nominators. They are Mr. Ronick Chan and Ms. Tanya Chan to come up to the podium here to observe the counting of votes.
好啦，嗱，我問多次有冇人呢
I will ask again. Is it that everyone has voted? Okay. Mr. Ronick Chan and Ms. Tanya Chan, please come up to the chairman's desk. We will mix the ballot papers a little. We'll start counting the votes now.
2號
Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 2. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Sorry, wait. You have a point of order. Does it have to do with the counting of votes? Yes.
阿梁君彥
I confirm that Miss Lau Siu-Lai's oath was made invalid by Andrew Lang. I think this election is not valid. Miss Lau Siu-Lai voted. Let me finish the counting before I deal with this point of order. Please continue. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Number 1. Please count them again. OK， 好，兩邊都啱啦嘛 ，OK， 得，哇，太好細隻字，好，嗱
All right. We distributed 54 ballot papers. According to the results, we have a total of 54 votes. Please hold on. The speaker is off the microphone. Yes, I understand.
when I considered the matter, I have a few points to make. You doubted whether Ms. Lau Siu-lai should be given a vote, right? The speaker is off the microphone. When was the verdict made? Ms. Lau Siu-lai told me there's a letter. Do you want to see it? I want to inspect the DNA prints on those votes. Is Ms. Lau Siu-lai present? Is she here? Yes. Were you given a vote? Were you given a ballot paper? Yes. I understand Mr. Leung Kwok-hong's concerns. However, on the result of 33 to 21, the difference is way more than one vote. Can the President, Mr. Andrew Leung, announce how many letters were sent? Mr. Ray Chan. I can only base my decision on the latest information available. Unless Mr. Andrew Leung ruled that dozens of oaths taken last week were invalid, or else I have to continue to preside over the meeting. And I have not seen anything yet. Even if I trust that Ms. Lau Siu-lai received a letter from the President that she has to take her oath again, I think the current results can be announced in a reasonable manner. I understand Mr. Leung Kwok-hong's query, but I have considered your query and the fact that Ms. Lau Siu-lai was given a ballot paper and she has voted. So without the result being affected, I announce the result. Mr. Ma Fung-kwok received 33 votes. Mr. Alvin Yeung, 21 votes. I announce that Mr. Ma Fung-kwok has been elected chairman of the panel. Please preside over the meeting. Let's enter the next part of the meeting. Election of Deputy Chairman for the 2016 to 17 session of the panel on Home Affairs. And an effective nomination must be made orally by one member and seconded by one other member. Point of order? Some members had their oaths invalidated by Mr. Andrew Leung based on what happened last week. This is a point of order. What's your decision? I think that she cannot take part in the meeting. What's your verdict? Please stop talking. Did the Secretariat receive any verdicts or information from the President? The speaker is not coming through. Mr. Leung Kwok-hong made a point of order. Does Ms. Lau Siu-lai has anything to add? When I entered the room, the papers were given. I didn't have time to read the papers, and we were given ballot papers. Do you have anything to add, or do you have anything to explain? I received a notification. About what? I was told that my oath was invalid and I have to take my oath again this Wednesday. So in that case, should I receive that ballot paper? I'm talking about now. You said you were informed by the LegCo president that the oath taken last time was invalid. Can you confirm that? Yes. Mr. Leung Kong, please stop talking. Please do not speak. I have to make a decision. This explanation was given by Ms. Lau Siu-lai herself. I think her explanation is valid. You told that you were your oath last time was deemed invalid, so I rule that you cannot take part in the coming election. Let's enter the nomination stage. What was the basis of your decision? She should have left. A decision was made last Thursday by the Secretariat. These members should not stay. Assistant Secretary General, I confirm that we have not received any notification from the President. According to Rule 1 of the Rules of Procedure, if Ms. Lau Siu-lai was confirmed as not properly sworn, she cannot take part in the meetings or elections. In principle, she should leave this room. Thank you very much. Based on the Secretariat's suggestion, Chairman, please let me finish. Dr. Helena Wong. The President made a decision, and documents are available. Apart from Ms. Lau Siu-lai, no one had this document. I think all members that take part in the election should be aware of that. Can the Secretariat make photocopies of the document of members who need to take their oaths again this Wednesday? This way we would know which members are eligible for the coming vote. We were talking about a letter, but no one has seen that letter. We also want to see documentation of Mr. Andrew Leung's nationality. And can the Secretariat make photocopies of the letter received by Ms. Lau Siu-lai so that we can see who is eligible to vote? Mr. Leung Yiu-chung, any point of order? Yes. Is it within the chairman's power to judge whether Ms. Lau Siu-lai can stay? Or would you only accept the Secretariat's notice? If, as chairman, you have the power. But can we clarify whether you are chairman or presiding over the meeting? I confirm that I'm chairman of the meeting, so I make my decision as chairman.
啱啱秘書處通知我咧。
The Secretariat just informed me that he came up with a document on the validity of the 6 oaths taken by certain members on the 12th of October, and members should all have received that message.
嗱，由於時間已經到12
Since the time is now 12 noon, and we have another election coming for another panel, I judge that the meeting is adjourned. The election of the deputy chairman would be held at the next meeting of panel on Home Affairs. The meeting is adjourned.